那我现在要来，欢迎今天的特别嘉宾 Alex Pryrodny。那因为我们是做音乐的，我们用音乐表达。他是来自纽约的国际钢琴家，我们请他弹一首乌克兰的民谣给大家听。
各位观众非常有耳福，来自纽约的世界闻名的钢琴家，今天来到我们现场，大家再次热烈欢迎，好不好？
I was born in Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, and on April 26, 1986, when I was 2 years old, there was an accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, which is 150 kilometers northwest from Kiev. Basically, the engineer made an error, and one of the reactors exploded. And in one instant, this whole area around Chernobyl, a big area, became unfit for human to live. And this reality of this was so horrible, so unbelievable, so unexpected that the government was afraid, just afraid to tell people what actually happened. So just 4 days after the accident, it was May 1st, and people went to the parade, to the Labor Day parade in Kiev with their children, and they did not know that the dust they were inhaling was radioactive because the government didn't tell them. Because of this, the rate of certain cancers in residents of Kiev is higher than in residents of other cities. And also, many soldiers who were ordered to go to Chernobyl and clean up the mess, they got much higher dose of radiation, and many of them died very shortly. So my mother immediately, she did not trust the government. She was smart not to trust the government. And yes, thank you, ma'am. So she immediately decided to move to somewhere very far from Chernobyl because she did not want her baby to grow up near this near this place. So that's why even I was born in the capital, I grew up in completely different places because of this event. So now this area around Chernobyl is a special zone. It's a zone of exclusion. People cannot live there. People cannot farm there. To go there, you need a special permission. And Ukraine is a big country, and still it's very painful to lose one of the regions, one whole region, and because you lose it, it's going to be like this for many centuries, many centuries. It's very difficult to lose one part of your country, and I just think for Taiwan, it's a much smaller country, and you really, if something like this, God forbid, happened, you have nowhere to go. So you have to think, can you take the risk that something can happen? So there is, of course, there's no way to calculate the risk accurately. There is no scientific method to do this. Of of course, in that time, the Chernobyl plant was considered completely safe until it wasn't, and the Fukushima plant was considered to be safe until it wasn't. Accidents happen, and there are many unpredictable things. So you just, I think, need to think if the risk is so great. Of course, there is a risk of bad things happening to all of us. We can all die in some accident. Things happen. But I think you cannot lose the whole country. You cannot have something that will continue for centuries, for all the generations. This is some risk that we just cannot consider to take. And what kind of, even if it's 1% risk, it's way too much. And if it's 0.1, it's way too much. And if it's 0.000.1, it's still way too much. Yeah, so I really hope you can stand firm and make your government give up nuclear power. You have to be very clear, very persistent. And I think it's a smart thing to do for a country to give up nuclear power. Don't let somebody else to tell you otherwise. I think if you're smart, you look at the risks. This is a risk you cannot take. So, and there are some countries, I wrote down a list here, that don't have any nuclear power. Australia, Austria, Denmark, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Malaysia, New Zealand, Norway, and Portugal. Those countries don't have a single nuclear plant, and they are okay. They use other forms of energy. Many of them use clean forms of energy, such as geothermal, which you have here. So I hope that Taiwan joins this list of countries and not the list of Chernobyl and Fukushima. No to nukes.
来解解，但是你若要计较输赢，已经输了。How about 承认错误？不二过才是应该做的。发展替代能源，不要让财团阻挡去做应该做的代志。阮拢知，认真的日本人，嘛袂当保证没有下一次的 Fukushima。啥物人会当甲我保证？后一摆会地当骂。啥人会当拍胸脯保证 ？Come on， 真的可以吗 ？So it's time， 因为阮拢爱台湾，听台湾。不应该做的事，及时收手，才叫有良心。但是我们今天站在这边，就是非常希望在呼吁说，在我们的身边有这样子的朋友，他就已经曾经经历过了车诺比事件。我们真的要很坚强，因为这是民主社会，大多数人其实有时候是一件迷思，大多数人不代表是正确的，所以我们一定要非常勇敢，要继续下去。然后也谢谢所有反核四5、6运动的这些工作人员，让大家每个礼拜都可以聚集，然后为自己的理想发声。希望我们的政府可以擦亮他们的双眼，然后做该做的事情。谢谢大家。